Hello guys, this is your Uncle Big Fish, and on this video I'll be discussing the Shai. Now this one is a pretty... I think I got like 3 people asking for the Shai content. Today I have Halbert, who's gonna be playing the Shai for you guys later on the showcase. Unfortunately, I think he's playing on an iPad, so the setup is square instead of rectangle. It's not a 16:9 radius screen, so please bear with that one. Very sorry. There's not really anything I can do about it. But definitely, like the gameplay will be very good because well, it's Halbert. He's always good. Alright, so now let's talk about the skills a little bit. Now this one, the first skill is called Shoo. Shoo, fuck off, alright? This thing does that. If you look at that, it doesn't do anything, but it's actually not true. This thing actually has... It summons the bear, alright? It summons the bear, okay? Now, this is what it does here, if you see, alright? The bear, it summons the bear, applies 75 damage to Shoo, max 13 hits. So, how do we calculate that? Now, here, this is what it does, alright? Give me a second. It gets 11% per level, so 340. Wait, give me a second. 11 times 9, because this is level 2, right? Okay, this thing 11 times, so it's 99, so it's gonna be 340 plus 99. That's the base power skill. 439 base power skill. You can multiply that by 2 because it gets 2 hits. All right. Now, so it's 878, and it reduces the base power by 75%. So we're gonna reduce that by 25%. That's gonna be 658. So 658. Now, 658% damage, and it has 13 hits. Yeah, 658, and you're gonna multiply that by 13. So this skill is essentially an 8,560% damage. It's absolutely bonkers, guys. It's fucking crazy, alright? This thing is 8,000% base power. However, you guys might think, oh, oh my god, that fucking damage is fucking unreal. It's so dumb. Yeah. But nobody's gonna take the full thing. Like, who in the right mind wants to take the full brunt of the bear? You'll probably get 2 or 3 off. That's about it. Yeah? Plus, the class does not have damage dealt. So it's not exactly great. But the main niche of this skill is the slow. This thing has a base slow of 30%, guys. This skill has a base 30% slow. Now that is fucked up. Like seriously, that is fucked up. Like 30% slow. That is a soft cap for slows, and that's fucking awesome. This thing has only 5-second cooldown as well, and you can pretty much like half cast the skill. You can do that. See there? I cancel the wind up with evasion, and it still summons the bear. Yeah. Now that is really good. Like seriously, that is really messed up, guys. All right, now let's see for a second skill. It's called and a 1. Now this skill, that's what it does. It has no super armor in arenas. It's a pretty fast cast skill. This thing is one of your main stab. This thing does around, let me check, it gets about the same. 11 times 9, that's gonna be 99. 99 plus 389, that's 488. 488, multiply that by 4, that's the base power, 1.9k. Not amazing, I would say. It does get a flow, but it just deals the same damage. But it does give you an extra... This thing gives you like extra attack, but it's not by a lot. It doesn't do like amazing damage or so. It changes the CC from a daze to a knockdown if you turn on the flow. Alright, so that's what it does. Alright, okay, now that's pretty much what a skill does. It pretty much doubles the base power of the skill because it gets an extra attack on this one. Next will be an 3. This one is like so. This is one of your main super armor skills for the arenas. It has a respectable base power, not amazing. I think at level 1 it deals like 2100. At max it gets like 7%. So 7 times 9, that's 63. So 63 plus 294, that's 357. 357 times 7, that's a 2.5k% damage skill. So it's a pretty good trading skill, but what makes this thing great and the price of this skill is it slows for 30% and it recovers HP. This thing has 7 instances of healing and it heals around 85 times 7, that's 595 healing. It has 2 charges and a very low cooldown. It has a respectable cooldown of about 7 seconds, so it's not bad. Yeah, this thing has pretty good cooldowns. The rest of the kits are non-existent. It has AHIP and all. AHIP and Labrief, so that's pretty respectable. It has branches and it's good for trading because, especially in the arenas, you heal when you're trading. That's always a good thing. You heal while you're trading. It's super strong. Yeah. Next will be Kapoo. Now this one is one of the best things that this class have. It throws that stupid boomerang, and that boomerang is invisible. You see there? It has a very good range. I'll just show you here what it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna lock on this one. And if I recall correctly, around 3/4 of arenas it will still reach. Yep, it does still reach here. If you see, it's fucking crazy. What about from here? Probably still reaches. Not quite sure. Nah, it missed it by just a bit, so I can just move on a little bit. I think it will reach from this point. Yeah, it does. All right. It says it has a very long range, a very crazy range. Yeah, this thing, Kapoo, and damage dealt to adventurers minus 10%. So this thing creates this aura. This is called Protect the Aura. It's so weird. Like, Protect the Aura. What the fuck is that? All right. Now, damage dealt to adventurers minus 10% by enemies inside of the aura. So if you cast this in field and then you have your buddies inside, it will, this stupid field here will reduce the damage that your allies take. The circle itself lasts for 5 seconds, so it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. This thing is pretty fast. Yeah, it reduces 10% damage for your allies, so it's a very good support skill. However, there's no immunity, so yeah, you might have to cast this from pretty far away, but for sure in bots or something you can cast this from far away and it really helps your team out a lot. Next will be the skill Round and Round. This is your main opening skill for arenas. It has a pretty reasonable base power, about 2 hits. So yeah, as you see there, it does 2 hits, so about 2000 base power. Applies 100% damage of Round and Round. So yeah, about 2000 base power. This thing has no anti-collision, so this breaks forward guard, and it has a stun on hit, so it's pretty good. Decreases attack speed. This thing goes all the way up to 15%, so not amazing but not bad. Plus increases DP, so she gets even more tanky. Next will be skill Yoo-hoo. This is pretty much your main stab. This thing deals a very high damage, if you see there. This thing has a very respectable amount of damage, and also, if I recall correctly, this also summons the bear, so that's pretty messed up. Yeah, this thing summons the bear as well, so that's something to look up to. This thing also summons the bear. Plus, it recovers HP to your allies when you have the flow. I'm performing here. Yeah, this thing actually increases your crit damage to all allies within range. How many allies within range? About 7. Yeah, you can have 7 people inside, and all of them will get the buff. At least the closest 5. The closest 7 people next to you. That's how much it does, yeah? This thing has a pretty good thingy. Recovers 80 HP to yourself and your allies within range. So this skill is really good for field. It has very low cooldown. And also it summons the bear. It's not written here, but it does summon the bear. I'll just show you here real quick. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Shoo, Kapoo. Okay, sorry. So the first skill, this one, this Shoo that summons the bear, is this one. Yeah, and the one that I showed you just now, this Yoo-hoo skill, is this one, and it summons the bear as well, as you can see there. Yeah, the skill has a base power of, give me a second. Alright, so let me check this real quick. So this thing does separate damage. The summoning of the bear deals 8 hits of the extra damage of the Yoo-hoo, and the skill itself does have its own base power. So pretty much the bear itself has a base power of, give me a second, 8,230% damage, the bear itself. And also, the skill itself deals 50% of the base power of the skill, plus it has 8 hits. So consider, just remove the times 2 and just max 8 hits. So that's, this thing gets like 9 plus 17, 9 plus 17, that's 9 plus 17, that's 26 times 9, that's 230, 234, right? So 234 plus 791, that's 1025 damage, and that's pretty much how much it does with this one. And you multiply that by 8, so that's 8,200%. Yeah, so that's pretty much how much the skill does. The skill does about 8,200% damage. However, nobody is gonna get caught by the full brunt of this thing. That's something you guys need to understand, right? This thing has bound on hit, so an enemy will not get hit by all of them. Okay, the damage is a very long DPS. Let me just show you how long the skill does. See, nobody's gonna get caught by the whole thing. It just won't happen. You will have to actually disengage, because an enemy will not get hit by the whole thing. The damage will be spread. An enemy will stand up already. So if they take the whole brunt, it'll probably hurt, but nobody's gonna get hit by the whole thing unless they're an idiot. I think this is one of the reasons why this class is really good, because this class have Seret on this skill as well. Although I would probably say it's a lot better to use all, because Seret only heals you once per cast, so it's not amazing. But if you want to make this a much better skill, you can use all for sure. Seret does give you more sustain, and in field, Seret might be better, but all is still a pretty good option as well. I would probably go all most of the time, just for the more base power. Yeah, the class does not lack sustain whatsoever. Next will be the skill La, and this is pretty much your best skill, I would say, for both field and arenas. This thing is one of your best skills. This thing heals some crazy amount. I won't do the calculation, it's fucking busted, alright? This thing has a daze on hit. It disables stealth within the area. And also, this thing heals a fuck ton of healing. Like it's actually bonkers, alright? It heals. Okay, look, I'll just do the rough calculation. I won't go too deep on this one, alright? When flow, feel the music is applied, recovers 170 HP to you and yourself on each hit. Alright, so it just hits 7 times, and HP recovery actually heals twice on the first hit, consumes 20 MP for 1% additional recovery of max HP. So essentially, if you can heal this thing 7 times, so its base is about, let me check, 170 times 2, that's 340. 340 plus 170 times 6. That's 1300%. That's 1300 healing, 1360 base heal, plus another 7% of your HP and your enemies and your allies' HP. So it's effectively like, say, okay, let's just do a rough calculation. Like, it'll be very simple. All right. So its base heal is 1360. Say I have 30,000 HP and I will get 7% out of it. it's basically like 2100 HP, and you'll multiply this and you'll add this by 1360, so like 3400 HP. That's just fucking messed up, man. Holy shit, that is so messed up. That is so fucking messed up. Very, very crazy stuff. Plus you get the Seret as well, so that's another 600. Oh my god. Yeah, it's about 4000 healing. Yeah, it's quite messed up, guys. And this actually stacks, so if you have multiple Shais and there's people healing on top of it, it stacks. Like the whole thing stacks. It's pretty messed up, yeah. Alright, now let's just move on. This thing will be the skill Swoosh. This thing is, as you see there, this thing has a pretty decent base power, and does have branches, but there's no immunities outside or inside arenas, so it's pretty sad, yeah. And the cooldown is pretty respectable, 8 seconds. Base power is quite high, but it's not amazing. Next will be a treat. This is your invincible skill, so this class does have 4 immunities in the arenas, and a 2, and then you have 1 more on round and round, and also a 3. This is 2 charges. This thing has 1 charge, and this thing also has 1 charge, yeah. This thing has a cooldown of 8 seconds. Yoo-hoo has round and round has 5 seconds, and a 3 has 7 seconds. So the cooldown is pretty good, yeah? It's pretty good cooldown. Almost 24/7 immunity, almost. But has a bit of downtime on the 4th rotation. I think you have a downtime of about 2 seconds. So that's about it. I think that's almost the rest. Let's talk about the last one, and a 3. This will be your one of your good day skills. This thing probably is a good damage filler, but it's mostly used for PvE purposes, yeah? Not amazing by any means, just increased range and increased hit targets. Nothing too big, yeah? Next one will be your healing skill, just DP increase, and also recovers HP. That's about it, plus evasion cooldown, generic stuff. Now for the most important part of this video will be the passive. Use skills 2 times to activate Musical Genius for 15 seconds. Now, what does this do? This thing gives you 15% damage reduction and 10% damage against monsters. Now, flow, here we go. Skill enhancement effect plus 70%. Alright, so this thing increases 70% of your skills. It has 70% spell amp. And flow, here we go, if I'm mistaken, is on Shoo. Yeah, this one, yeah? This thing gives you additional base power. This thing gives you 75% more base power on that skill. Flow, feel the music. HP recovery effect plus 60%. Now that is added into the base healing of the one that we decided before. So it heals a 4000 base with a Seret included, and it gives you HP recovery effect plus 60%. So you can add another 60%, making, give me a second. So it's gonna heal you for 6500 HP, give or take. If you have like 30,000 HP, that is how much it's healing, guys. It's fucking busted, like actually broken. My god, that is broken. All right, that's 6500 HP pretty much healing on a single skill. Feel the music is the one on this one, by the way. All right, on the healing skill. Next will be, it also gives you another PvP damage reduction by 10%, and it applies to ally affected with your HP recovery. But this thing is for your allies, not for you. So yeah, that's pretty sad. Yeah, this thing actually gives you damage reduction to your allies, not you. And it's only applied during the skill. So that's, I guess, something that they try to balance the class, or else the class will be too tanky. All right. Flow I'm performing here, I think that's on this one. Yeah, gives you crit chance, increased crit chance 15%. Yeah, 5% on this one, and also another 10% on the skill itself. That's pretty much what it does. So this class is very, very tanky. It does a lot of healing. The class is probably one of the only support class in the game. for the actually a defensive support. This is a defensive support, so it's not an aggressive support. It can't do damage and stuff, but it has a pretty good niche. Like the skills does have a very good supportive power. Yeah, it's a defensive support, so that's pretty much self-explanatory. Today I have Halberd, like I said before, who's going to be playing the class. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys really like the video. Do I think that the Shai needs a buff? I don't think so. Does the class need some mobility buffs? Yes, for sure. The class needs mobility buffs. Aside from mobility, I think the class is pretty perfect. There's not really a lot to add. It's a good support. I think if they make the class aggressive as well, it's gonna be a bit broken. So yeah, very, very broken shit. Is it good for bosses? It's not amazing for bosses, but it's not terrible. I would say it's not terrible because the bear deals passive damage and you can use other skills in between. Is the class good for farming? It's pretty decent. Is the class good for PvP, for arenas? Yes, the class is pretty good at PvP, but the class is huge countered by grabs and also countered by classes with debuff purge. Classes like Primrose, Legatus, Spirit Walker, these types. These classes really ruin the class. Plus also range classes. This class have one of the worst mobility in the game, and because of that, it's very, very fucked by kite. It cannot de-kite at all. The class cannot get kited. If it gets kited, it gets fucked. That's how bad it is, yeah? But aside from that, versus melees in particular, this class is very, very, very strong, fucking tanky, very, very good trading power. It's just a really, really good class, and it's meant to be played like a coward. Aside from that, that's about it for me regarding the class. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay that Halberd have prepared for all of us. Enjoy, and my mouth is in pain. See you guys.
stars in the winds. Never again making a stories in dismay. We still don't stop, just winning. How I love to embrace the future breaking out of shades from the past, still the place. Your tears for the days so far away. Cheering in the wilderness, the still the sea.